Hello, honorable members of the clan. So, welcome to my YouTube channel, and let's go to Pretoria at the Nhlanhla Commission of Inquiry with the KZN DPP, Miss Elaine Harrison. Yes, the one that was impressing me without actually hearing her voice up until today, and I'm like, yes, girl, you are doing the Lord's work, because she came and said, listen, I am here because I've been concerned about the PKTT and the lack of clarity about its existence, disbandment, or whatever you want to call it, because even the provincial police commissioner, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, did not necessarily specify as to what is actually happening with the PKTT. However, she has been hearing reports on social media, which was actually frustrating her because nobody was saying anything whether the PKTT was in existence or not. But after listening to the National Police Commissioner, Mr. Fanny Masemula, I think I understand why. I think I understand why there had to be like lack of clarity, because he was busy putting a plan in place, a strategy on how to outsmart the crooks. So I think that's why she was like, listen, we are not necessarily going to tell you or paint the whole picture to you because we are busy working on a strategy. But at the same time, this was frustrating to her, and she voiced her, of course, her concerns about this, because of course at the end of the day, justice delayed is justice denied. And also if the people concerned that are leading the PKTT, while people are dropping like flies, that is tantamount to defeating the ends of justice. I don't know, that's what I'm just assuming, grabbing my two IQs here. But what I'm saying is, I think I understand the strategy coming from Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and Fanny Masemula, that in order for us to ensure that PKTT continues to exist, hence the strategy of prolonging the disbandment through a process of winding down, because when you wind something down, it's not a matter of 2 days, 3 days, or a month or 2 months. It could be a process of a year, 2 years type of situation, considering that they had 121 dockets in their possession. So with each docket that is active in court will have to be finalized, but they will not be taking new dockets, which is the reason why in a meeting that was held, or a follow-up meeting that the National Police Commissioner with Senzo Meyiwa ended up with Senzo Meyiwa extremely angry for some reason because of a docket that was taken in by the PKTT that happened in Mandeni. I think it's Newcastle, Mandeni. I stand corrected. And that really threw off the Minister of Police, because I think he realized that I'm being played here. I'm being played here. And then immediately, that's why Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi on the 6th of July 2025, he was like, okay, South Africa, this thing called protocol, we've tried it. Even the National Police Commissioner, according to his testimony, he even went to the president. And what happened? Nothing. So I have no any other choice but to tell you and put you in my confidence as to what actually is happening with the PKTT, as well as what they discovered and who are people involved in this, including the 121 dockets that are sitting in Pretoria for the past X number of months, collecting dust. What he says, I don't even know what they're doing there. And now we found out no investigations were taking place since they were taken in allegedly by the Deputy National Police Commissioner, Shadrack Sibiya. It's a mess. But I must be honest as well, while I'm listening to Elaine Harrison, she's speaking very technical language for me to understand. But I get the gist. I get the gist, because of course, when people speak in technical languages, it's important to do what? Have your dictionary by your side. to simplify things so that you can follow the conversation. A lot of acronyms, a lot of legal tech words or jargons as they are called. And I've been sitting with my dictionary like, okay, what does she mean by this? Okay, what does she mean by that? Okay, what? So I've been doing extra work because of those technicalities that she is speaking about. However, let's see. Oh yeah, I also liked how proactive the Minister of Justice Ronald Lamola when it came to the PKTT. I think he was in the dark as well regarding the disbandment of the PKTT, hence the talks around dedicated courts. And I like how they actually discussed that to a point where they felt like, listen, in as much as this is in good faith in what we are trying to do, there's too much financial and logistical issues here that might actually be of disservice to the people that are concerned, especially family members who lost loved ones out of these PKs. I'm not going to call them PK. I want to call this political. This is YouTube. So I'm just going to say PKs or PK or PKTT as it is said in the Nhlanhla Commission of Inquiry. So I like that proactivity, but I also liked even more where the solution was, in as much as our courts are like filled to the brim with cases. But when it comes to the PK cases, they are going to be prioritized and fast-tracked, because at the end of the day, we are going to the 2026 local government elections. And I did say in my previous video, I posted yesterday, that local government, that's where things are happening. That's where people actually unalive other people, because that's where the money is. If you thought money was at provincial or national, no, you are sadly mistaken. Money is at the grassroots, because what the national does is it cascades the budget from national, provincial, regional, region, of course, that's the grassroots. That's where you find your councillors. Yeah, that's where you find your councillors. That's where you also find, guess what? Tenders. Yeah, exactly. So that's where, and that's why they're busy unaliving each other, because they want to get their dirty hands, not to serve you, not to serve you, because the salary that they earn, it's not enough for them. And I keep asking myself, but then you South African councillors earn a lot of money, especially if you're going to live in the province of Gauteng, not any part of Gauteng. Let's just say city of Johannesburg, Pretoria or Tshwane, Ekurhuleni, all these ones with economic, power housing. And if you go to KwaZulu-Natal, of course, Mgungundlovu, eThekwini, probably even Ngeni municipality, all that way. And then if you go to Western Cape, of course, the city of Cape. So they don't earn equally, but those that come from economic booster houses, that's where they earn a lot of money. Some of them almost equal as the members of parliament and speakers. Some speakers, they can actually earn more than the president of this country a month. So there's a lot that's going on, and everybody's fighting for that, because that's where the money is. So the point that I'm trying to make here, why these cases need to be what's the word again? Need to be fastened, is because they need to curb also the ones that potentially are waiting for 2026. And when they do happen, at least they know that these cases will be resolved as quickly as possible. So good one there, Ronald Lamola. Good one there, because that shows that you are listening and you are also proactive when you are confronted with something that as important as PKs in KwaZulu-Natal and elsewhere. I think I'm going to leave this video right here, and because they're about to come back from tea break. So we will talk next time. Yeah, I'm not editing these videos, guys. I'm not editing. That's why you see unedited. So you will see all the mistakes that I'm making. So sometimes you can understand how tough it is. Anyways, guys, please do watch one of these videos or both of them, as YouTube asked me to tell you to do that. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.